Hi everyone, I'm Asha, an Akashic Records reader, blogger, and podcaster. In this series, we will demystify the Akashic Records by bringing to you bite-sized contents on frequently asked questions relating to the Akashic Records. We will also explore topics relating to spirituality, as well as practical application, learnings, and reflections in the Akashic Records. My Akashic Masters are very excited to join us in this journey. We send much love, light, and blessings to all. Welcome to episode 51 on Case Study 11 on Deep Clarity in Soul's Purpose and Choices in Life with Appasamy. So Appasamy came to me for a themed Akashic Light Reading and Healing session to find out more about his soul's purpose, as well as to find answers to difficult choices in his life. So let's begin. On Appasamy's first query, he asked, "What is my purpose of being here? Why I was born? And what should I be doing? How I should live to achieve my purpose and to live a sensible and satisfied life till my end?" On Appasamy's general soul's purpose, he is a source of light to comfort the world. The Masters shared that the world is experiencing a lot of suffering right now. You are in a very honored and privileged position. In fact, you are very, very blessed to be where you are right now, to be able to serve others in a very special capacity that many other people long for, craved for, but they don't have the means and resources to do so. Trust that you are doing well, in the right path. Trust that you will be guided by them along the way. You are a blessing to the world. Appasamy asked what he needs to do to feel satisfied in life. The Masters shared that trust that all is well. You are in the right path. What you are doing right now is correct. There is nothing in addition or special for you to launch into at this moment. As for how he could lead a very satisfied life till the end, the Master shared that by cherishing every moment of your life, it builds up to leave a great legacy towards the end. On Appasamy's second query, he asked, "How can I unblock to get more abundance, to help society more, and to give more to my family members so as to fulfill their expectations?" The Masters shared that the key to all of this is contentment. Because you are blissfully married, and you have garnered for yourself a lot of abundance that you craved for since young, which you now have gotten it. But there is a sort of a mismatch in expectations. It stems from the societal expectations that we have taken on, not just for you, but basically for everyone ingrained in the society, that we should always be high achievers and strive for more. Right now, if you compare the past and present, you have actually come a long way, and you have garnered for yourself the kind of abundance that maybe 10, 20 years ago, you might be thinking, "Nah, that's just not me. It is not possible. How can I be in this comfortable position? How can I be here doing this kind of job?" But now you have already steadfastly achieved everything that you yearned for. Yet, somehow something within feels missing. And that missing part is actually the societal expectations that we have taken on from others. It could be colleagues or impliedly through our family because they have very high hopes for us. It is a human's desire to never be satisfied. There is nothing wrong with you. How can we go about to deal with this part of us? It is to be very mindful that we have this so-called human ego. It is not saying you are bad in any way. We all have it. We have to be very mindful there is this human ego within us, which is very much influenced by societal expectations and conditioning that we must be high achievers, there is never enough to go around, we must keep trying and we cannot be satisfied. It is a sin to be satisfied, because once we are satisfied, we stay stagnant. So we must keep trying, learning, and pushing ourselves to the extreme. Once we achieve A, we must achieve A+, then A star. There is a never-ending desire to escalate, be it in the ladder of corporate success, or financial abundance, or everything else. Once we get a place to stay, we must get a bigger place, and next we must get 2 properties. It is always a never-ending desire. To live with contentment, we must be very mindful each day that we have this part of us, so it stays tamed. For example, when others hint that maybe we can do more, or colleagues are showing off that they have this and that, there is this pressure that, okay, am I doing enough? Maybe I am not doing enough and I should do more. But always be mindful that there is this part of us which needs a lot of love and attention. Because you have been sacrificing yourself so much to the outside world that you haven't really focused on nurturing this part of yourself, where you have been giving everything to others just because others expected you to do so. But to really spend time, be it meditation or sitting in silence, to just have this intention to hold this ego that we have here. It is not anyone's fault. It is a lot of expectations that are being taken on. We take it out now, honestly and sincerely acknowledging it and allowing it to sit with us. Trust that when you do this process of bonding with your ego, you realize that there is nothing to be fearful of. It is a lower part of the personality that is much influenced by other people. It is also like our injured part of us that needs a lot of love and care. Because we have been sacrificing ourselves so much to the extent that whatever people say, we feel we should be giving in to them. But there is also so much of us that needs our own love and focus. So the Masters are suggesting, if you can, to spend time meditating, to focus on this part of me. Like I call upon this ego to be with me, the ego that has struggled so hard all his life to take care of everybody except himself, that has taken on so much expectations from the family, colleagues, or pressures everywhere, whether known or unknown to me. allow my lower personality to sit with me during the meditation. I'm not here to judge, scold you, or pressure you that you should do more or do less. We are just going to sit together and coming to terms with it. Over time, you will have this awareness that this is a part of you that needs healing. It is not that you are defective. It is more like we have been giving a lot of ourselves to others. It is now time to take care of ourselves. On how I should unblock to get more abundance or even to serve in a higher capacity, the Masters shared that if you want to, but not necessary, you can consider an external charity where you can devote some of your time and attention to it. Basically, it is a way of giving back a small part of your abundance. It need not be money. Sometimes, it might just be a part of you focusing on some causes or people who have unfortunately been left behind. Some of them may have struggled hard, but may not be able to get to where you are at successfully. You are actually an idol and model to a lot of fellow people around. They repeat that you are a blessing, be it to yourself, your family, and even to the world. On Appasamy's third query, he asked, "Is country A my place to be? Will I feel satisfied and build relations here? Will I have the ground here? Where should my physical existence be? And where should my future generations be going ahead?" The Masters shared that country A is not a permanent home, but it will be a place which offers you a lot of exciting opportunities right now and even in the years ahead. There are some pros and cons. For the pros, in terms of the material success, you will find to a certain extent satisfied in country A. The equality is not too bad, still acceptable even though sometimes it is unacceptable. For the cons, somehow you will still feel a missing piece within you to stay here permanently. As much as the aesthetics and material side of things look satisfied, deep down there is still a craving for a real home. And that real home is not being satisfied in country A. Even if we are talking about a roof, a proper shelter, good job, stable income, certain good relationships fostered, but still there is some missing piece within you. So you might not be thinking of a permanent existence here for generations to come. Appasamy asked what he should be doing about this. Should he worry or plan for it now? The Masters shared that the most important right now is to cherish every moment that you have. Because that worry comes when it is so-called unforeseen circumstances. In our mental continuum, we feel that there is no sense of stability if we cannot decide right now, there and then, whether it is 100% country A or 100% country B. It is very difficult for the human mind to contemplate. What if it is a 60% here and 40% there? Or what if there is any other country that might come into the picture? There are exciting opportunities ahead for you. Try not to keep it stagnant. Try not to over-worry about the future. Right now, You just need to cherish the moment, and you already have what you have. On Appasamy's fourth query, he asked, "What should I be doing about my health, which I am undergoing treatment, and I have been suffering without proper sleep for months?" The Masters shared that you are afflicted with all these issues because of all the chronic stress and fatigue that you have taken on, which have taken a toll on your body. The long hours at work, related to some computer use and immobility, which resulted in all these things. You have often been very hard on yourself, trying to fulfill society's expectations, especially at the workplace, when you feel that you have to conform to an abiding culture where KPIs are often set and the meeting of KPIs desired. For many years, you have put yourself in a very difficult position, trying to fulfill everybody's expectations and KPIs. That's why these chronic stress and fatigue have taken a toll on your body. Would the Masters have any ideas or thoughts to share regarding Appasamy's medical treatment? For that, they shared that the treatment currently is good, though it is expensive. In terms of self-care, anything that you could do for yourself during this period? The Masters encourage you to do more exercises that increase your flexibility. Do those hip stretching or opening exercises like in yoga sequence on hip flexibility. Because of all the long hours at work that have taken a toll on your body, the hip muscles are weak and need strengthening. As you strengthen on it will help alleviate the problems that you have. That can go hand in hand with the medical treatment that you are currently having. On any thoughts to share at this stage, we received. You are taking care of yourself to a certain extent, but you can do more. Right now, you are allocating yourself too much burden from others, which is really taking a toll on your physical body. The physical body is often the last sign when the wrong things show up. As you may know, our body has a few layers: the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. When illnesses come, it usually attacks from the outermost aura and slowly enters the physical body. When any of us have any physical issues, it is a warning sign to us that our condition has deteriorated energetically to the extent that something external has come to us. Therefore, it is really important for us to take care of ourselves. The yoga and meditation that you have embarked on in your journey is a good start, but you can definitely go deeper into these practices. For the yoga ones, they are suggesting those hip mobility exercises and even those yin yoga exercises focusing on the hip, which is a very weak muscle, and also the lower back for you. On any thoughts on the kind of meditation, the Master suggested to do chakra meditation for you. Appasamy resonated. He shared that he has learned chakra meditation, but never did it properly. The Masters added that the chakra meditation is good for you to help you feel emotionally balanced. After you are done with the 7 chakras, to also imagine and visualize the gold light coming down, connecting from your crown chakra all the way down, connecting all 7 chakras down to Mother Earth. So you have this huge light. Then call upon this light to patch all your aura, sweep your aura for you. In your case, because of all that you have taken on from others, your aura can be a bit weak. And that makes you a little bit vulnerable, sometimes to attacks externally, be it from foreign energies, thought forms, or negative emotions. So sometimes you may feel as if you're very vulnerable. In a very chaotic environment, you may feel very stressed within because of what is happening externally. That's nothing to blame. But if we can take care of ourselves energetically, through the chakra meditation and building your aura, you can imagine yourself building a huge gold light, patching all the holes whatever. Even if the external environment or situation gets very chaotic, you will feel stable as a tree. Even if externally it is a desert, you will feel stable as a tree with roots growing deep into earth. And that is the practice they encourage you to have. A combination of chakra meditation and through that, fueling that gold light from crown all the way down and asking for the gold light to patch your aura and sweep your aura. Because the aura, you can imagine it, is all around you and it is hanging a lot of rubbish. It is not always from you. Other people's thought forms or their comments that you should do more, you should take this, you should do that. So asking them to clear it for you. It might take a while, and for this practice, try to dedicate at least 15 to 20 minutes to do it, both the chakra meditation and also the cleansing. On Appasamy's 5th query, he asked, "Do I need to do anything special spiritually at this moment to have all the blessings from the Akashic Masters and every other energy sources?" The Masters showed me an image in which you are offering flowers to a deity. The deity seemed to be wearing a lot of things and not wearing clothes. You are offering a garland of pink and white flowers to it, hanging over the deity. When asked if it resonates in any way, Appasamy shared that they offer flowers. He asked if it is a lady deity which he prayed to at home, and confirmed that his religion is Hinduism. While I cannot get the name of the deity, I sense that it is a male, or even Ganesha himself. I'm sensing a male animal-looking thing from afar, in which you are offering a garland of flowers, and it is a Hindu temple on the outside. The whole idea is not to put them on a pedestal, but to make offerings with the intention to connect with them, so that they can also connect with you. Mankind often misunderstands the whole act of praying. It seems like we want to put the God high above, then confirm that we are so small, so we should pray to them. The Masters said no, that is not their intention. The intention is when making offerings to them, ask for blessings from them, and also set the intention. Tell them, I give permission for you to connect with me. So you can go to any Hindu temple that you resonate with. Go in and just see which deity you might want to further work with. What I'm sensing is that you have a team of Akashic Masters. We don't work alone. So the Akashic Masters, basically they are from the 5th dimension, and they are pure light beings who want to assist mankind to hopefully evolve and be free from suffering. They hope that you can connect with more of them. There are a group of them, and they want you to reach out to them and set the intention to connect with them. So when you make offerings to them, it is not to put them on a pedestal, but more of to let them know that, hi, I want to connect with you, and I set the intention. Come to me, teach me, work with me, guide me, allow me to be a better version of myself. I'm open to you coming into my life in any form, guiding me in any form. That way, they can come in a more proactive way to indirectly guide you to where you might feel you are more aligned with. Humans have full free will and choice. They try not to interfere when we don't give them permission. So your act of making offering is to give them permission to work with you. On Appasamy's 6th query, he asked, on him being a vegetarian suddenly, whether he has made the right decision? The Master said yes, because what you are doing right now is you are trying to purify your body, mind, and speech, whether you are aware of it or not. So your act of going into vegetarian is to lighten your very dense body. Our human bodies are very dense, and it is very hard for us to connect to the deities above because we are too dense and their bodies are very light. So we often feel like they are very far away. We can't hear them properly. They also don't know how to come nearer to us. Moreover, we don't give them permission. They can't interfere, and all the more they are very far away. Your act of becoming a vegetarian is your first step in your spiritual journey of awakening, where you are trying to purify your body so your body becomes less dense. When you are clearing your body, you will feel like you will begin the process of purifying your mind, what you are thinking, and speech. In a sense, you start to be more mindfully aware. It is not as if these things are not obvious to meat eaters, but they may not be as aware. Because when we become a vegetarian after a while, we become more sensitive to the suffering of animals around, whether we are aware of it or not. It slowly pricks into our conscience that maybe there is something wrong in my happiness over someone else's misery, even if that someone else is not a human being. It might just be a chicken, a duck. But I am causing suffering, and somehow deep within me, it doesn't resonate with my consciousness. On the point of being weak, sometimes it could be a dietary imbalance. In the transition to be a vegetarian, we may not be fully aware of the nutritional guidance to make sure that we have all these things settled in our body, that we take all these things that are needed. Sometimes, for example, meat eaters have vitamin B easily from chickens and all, but we might need to take pills for vitamin B12 or even iron pills for iron deficiency. So if we want to make sure no weakness, we might consider taking up a nutritional course. For example, you might consider consulting a specialist in Ayurveda for them to prescribe a vegetarian diet resonant with your body elements, be it fire, water, wood, earth, etc. That will be perfect for you. When you find that Ayurvedic doctor to assist, you will be able to find good nutrition proposed by them, which is both vegetarian and suitable for you, in a way that you won't feel weak in any way. Weak is because of nutritional imbalance, so you are on the right path. In fact, that is why you are a source of light to others around, even if you are not aware, because you are starting to purify your body first. Then your mind and speech will come in tandem. Slowly, you are working on all these things. That is why you are drawn to the Akashic Records. And you are slowly in your spiritual awakening already. But your family members, unfortunately, they have not been as privileged and blessed as you are. Their eyes may not be fully awakened to the spirit world, to our divine nature, that we can connect with our higher beings. Even if the Hindu gods and goddesses that we pray to, it is not a subservient thing where we pray to them as servants, but we make offerings to them because we remember their good qualities and we want to embody their good qualities, the compassion, selflessness, and divine love. We want all of these. So when we pray to them, we are remembering their good qualities and we want to embody these qualities in them. Through your spiritual awakening, your family members, colleagues, and other people around you will be indirectly influenced by you. Because slowly you will change, sort of mellowing down. But it is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it is a sign of courage. When we mellow down, we pick the right fights, we learn compassion. Because sometimes it is not about you yelling at me, I yelling at you back, but knowing that this person is suffering, so it is fine. I can appear to be losing, and that's fine. I'm not going to be bothered by this person's scolding or whatever harsh words. You are in a very privileged position to be able to internalize all these. And you will be that light to others around just by your presence. On Appasamy's last query, he asked, "Is there anything else they want to convey to me?" To which his masters replied, "You are loved and supported as you are. You have a team of Akashic Masters watching over you, ready to work with, support, and protect you, and to offer that divine guidance that you are hoping for. Give us the permission to work with you. Connect with us sincerely with an open heart and mind. We are ready to serve you." Next, we move on to the healing segment. For the healing segment, Appasamy wanted the healing to focus on two things. First, his physical health, that is, to be able to sleep normally and have a good night's sleep. And the second thing, to help reduce his fear that something will happen. So we went through a simple meditation to connect to the white beam of light, allowing the light to flow into the main chakras of his body and anchored deeply into Mother Earth. We then ran the Akashic Light Clearings and Activations. These are energetic commands that assist the body to heal and release and shift to a higher and more positive state of being, as aligned to each individual's highest good. For the Akashic Light Clearings and Activations, at his request, we ran the clearings and activations to remove fear. So fear can be all types of fear, whether past or present lifetimes, known or unknown to us, that is ready to leave at this stage. We also ran fear of failure. This doesn't push us away from failure, but helps us appreciate that sometimes we might need to fail in order to succeed in future, and to also help to work to reduce on over-worrying and overthinking. We also ran clearings and activations for fear of change. So this helps us when we are fearful of moving beyond comfort zone or have changes in environment. We also ran contentment to help us feel more gratitude and positivity within. We ran release. So this is a good one to help release all negativity, emotions, belief systems, and people which may not be good for us to keep. Basically, stuff that we have been holding on for a long time. But sometimes, even after running this clearing and activation, we might find that there are some issues that are still lodged within us. And the reason is that this clearing and activation doesn't rob us of the chance to evolve. If there's a deeper lesson presented in certain difficulties, issues, and challenges, we will need to overcome these challenges in order to experience the greater learnings, and therefore the CNA doesn't rob us of this chance to evolve. We also ran for the physical body some clearings and activations. So this included nervous system, meridian flush, flushing out all blockages in the meridians, endocrine system, circulatory system, lungs and breath, and gut health. So this is very targeted energy healing to all these physical parts of the body. Lastly, we ended off with the Akashic Light Clearing and Activation for Abundance to infuse the energy of joy in his body, health, and social connections, help him to attract good people, opportunities, and positive beliefs into his life. After we have ran the Akashic Light Clearings and Activations, we also requested for the Akashic Masters to send light to his aura, to patch all holes, rips, and tears in his auric fields, and to sweep his aura for him. Everything that he has taken on from others, or the thought forms, emotions, consciousness of others that are all hanging around his aura, to be swept away. The intention is to allow more space within, so that Appasamy could process the necessary learnings. So at the end of the session, Appasamy kindly shared his testimonial and experience for the session. So this is what he said. I'm happy to get to know the purpose of my life, and also was able to confirm that I am doing the right thing for the purpose of my life. Why I am born for question has been answered in this session. The top pressing issue is my health currently, and which made me and my doctors puzzle to find the root cause, as there are two factors that can cause this health issue in my urinary tract. One is pathogens, and the other is stress and immobility. The Akashic Masters gave me the reason in a moment, without me telling more on my doubts, root cause, and my sufferings with stress and immobility. That moment made me wonder how the Akashic Masters are even able to guide us at this level to get out of my chronic suffering, which has been happening for the last 4 months. I felt like my disease already disappeared, as I know what to do to get out of it now. The healing session started normally, and I didn't feel till the end what was happening, except the last moment when the Akashic Masters blessed me with light. I felt a purple light and pressure in my forehead, the Ajna chakra, for a few minutes very strong. And I slept very deeply last night and woke up at 6 a.m. after 4 months on time. I'm blessed to know Asha and my Akashic Masters to guide me in life and many others. Thanks. So we would like to express our special thanks and gratitude to Appasamy for kindly and generously sharing his story and the full details of the Akashic Record session with everyone, so that everyone can benefit from the learnings presented in this session. Thank you to all. With love and blessings, Asha and Akashic Masters. Thank you for tuning in to this podcast. If you would like to read about my dialogues and reflections with the Akashic Masters, you can visit my free blog at Asha-AkashicRecords.com. Till next time, take care.